How I lost 20 pounds in 3 months, my personal journey. Losing weight isn't just about dropping a few pounds, it's about changing your entire lifestyle and mindset. Trust me, I've been there. After years of struggling with my weight, I decided to make a real change. In the past 3 months, I lost 20 pounds, and I didn't do it with a crash diet, a magic pill, or some fad exercise routine. No, this was the result of sustainable habits, consistency, and learning how to make better choices every day. In this video, I'm going to walk you through my personal journey, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. It wasn't always easy, and there were times I wanted to give up, but I pushed through and made lasting changes that have transformed my health, energy, and overall well-being. If you're looking for practical advice on how to lose weight in a healthy and sustainable way, or if you're just curious about how I did it, this video is for you. Stick around till the end because I'll be sharing everything I learned along the way, and trust me, you won't want to miss the final tips that made the biggest difference in my journey. 1. Setting realistic goals. The first thing I had to do when I decided to lose weight was set realistic and attainable goals. I've tried fad diets before, those lose 10 pounds in 7 days types, and they never worked. They were unsustainable, and the weight always came back just as quickly as it went. This time, I knew I needed to take a different approach. I broke my larger goal into smaller, more manageable pieces. Instead of aiming to lose 20 pounds immediately, I set the goal of losing 1 to 2 pounds per week. That's a healthy, achievable rate of weight loss, and it allowed me to stay focused without feeling overwhelmed. Each time I lost a pound, I celebrated the little victory, and that helped keep me motivated. But I didn't just focus on the scale. My goals weren't just about numbers, they were about improvement. I wanted to feel stronger, have more energy, and be able to do things I couldn't do before, like running longer or lifting heavier weights. This focus on overall health rather than just weight helped me stay motivated throughout the process. 2. The diet changes. Diet played a major role in my weight loss. I had to completely rethink how I approached food. I didn't want to go on a restrictive or extreme diet that would leave me feeling deprived. I knew that wasn't a long-term solution. Instead, I focused on creating a balanced, sustainable eating plan that I could maintain for the rest of my life. One of the first changes I made was portion control. I realized I had been eating bigger portions than I needed, which contributed to my weight gain. I didn't deprive myself of the foods I loved, but I started being more mindful about my portion sizes. Instead of eating until I was stuffed, I learned to eat until I was satisfied. This small shift had a huge impact. Next, I started focusing on whole, unprocessed foods. Processed foods, like fast food, sugary snacks, and packaged meals, were loaded with hidden calories, unhealthy fats, and added sugars. I eliminated most of these from my diet and instead chose foods that were as close to their natural state as possible. Vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats became the staples of my meals. These foods were not only more nutritious but also kept me full for longer, helping to reduce cravings and prevent overeating. I also became more intentional about my meal planning. By planning my meals in advance, I was able to avoid impulse eating and make healthier choices. I prepared meals at home, which gave me control over what I was eating. Whether it was grilling chicken, roasting vegetables, or making a healthy stir-fry, I took the time to prepare nourishing meals that supported my weight loss goals. Another change I made was to start tracking my food intake. I didn't obsess over every calorie, but I did make sure I was eating the right balance of macronutrients: protein, healthy fats, and carbohydrates. This helped me understand how my body responded to different foods and allowed me to adjust my diet as needed. Lastly, I focused on hydration. Drinking water became one of the easiest and most effective changes I made. I made it a goal to drink at least 8 cups of water a day, which not only helped me stay hydrated but also helped control hunger and boost my metabolism. If I ever felt hungry between meals, I'd drink a glass of water first. Often, I realized I wasn't truly hungry, just thirsty. 3. Finding an exercise routine I enjoyed. Exercise was another crucial component of my weight loss. But here's the thing. I didn't want to force myself into a workout routine I hated. The key to staying consistent with exercise was finding activities I enjoyed, something that would keep me motivated long term. I started simple: walking. At first, I thought it was too basic, but walking turned out to be one of the best exercises for me. It's easy, low impact, and anyone can do it. I began walking every morning, aiming for 30 minutes each day. The more I did it, the more I started to enjoy it. I noticed that it helped clear my mind, gave me more energy, and improved my mood. As I started to lose a few pounds and get more comfortable with movement, I added strength training to my routine. I'd always been intimidated by weights, but I quickly learned that strength training was incredibly important for weight loss. It not only helped me build muscle but also boosted my metabolism, making it easier to burn fat. At first, I used lighter weights and focused on learning the proper form. Gradually, I increased the weight as I got stronger. I worked all major muscle groups, doing full body routines that included exercises like squats, lunges, push-ups, and rows. Eventually, I incorporated cardio workouts into my routine as well. I started running, cycling, and even joined a few fitness classes. I made sure to mix things up so I wouldn't get bored and so I could target different aspects of fitness, strength, endurance, and flexibility. Consistency was key. I didn't commit to a punishing, 6-day-a-week routine, but I made sure to move my body at least 4 to 5 times per week. Whether it was walking, lifting weights, or doing yoga, staying active became a non-negotiable part of my day. For tracking progress and staying consistent. One of the most important aspects of my weight loss journey was tracking my progress. I didn't just rely on the scale. I knew that weight fluctuates from day to day, and I didn't want to become obsessed with that number. Instead, I tracked how my clothes were fitting, how my energy levels were improving, and how my strength was increasing. I measured my progress in more holistic ways. I also took progress photos. While I wasn't initially excited about seeing myself in pictures, these photos became a powerful tool. When I looked back at them, I could see the physical changes in my body that I might not have noticed day to day. These photos kept me motivated and reminded me that the effort was worth it. Staying consistent was tough, especially when I didn't see immediate results. But I kept reminding myself that slow progress is still progress. There were days I felt discouraged, but I didn't let one bad day throw me off course. Instead, I kept focusing on my long-term goals and reminded myself that consistency would pay off. Final thoughts. Losing 20 pounds in 3 months wasn't easy, but it was definitely worth it. It wasn't about taking shortcuts or following a fad. It was about building sustainable habits that I could maintain for life. I'm not perfect, but I've learned how to make healthier choices and stay consistent. If you're thinking about starting your own weight loss journey, remember that it's not just about the destination, it's about the process. Be patient with yourself, focus on small, achievable goals, and celebrate your progress. You've got this. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, and subscribe to the channel for more tips, motivation, and personal stories like mine.